And welcome back to another CBB Talk with your boy, Will Dickinson. We're back here with a new episode Wednesday. We got a big result yesterday. Kentucky with a statement win over the Hurricanes. Wow. I didn't. No, I think I said Miami had a good chance of winning. Norchad Mir dominant game. He did have 20 in that one. Only 6 rebounds, but I did say Kentucky. I'm not surprised they win this game. They were favored. I thought Miami could keep it close, maybe win. I was wrong. They did keep it close in the first half, but that second half was all Kentucky, and this reminded me of a vintage Kentucky performance here, led by the freshman and this dude Reed Shepard, man. I'm pretty sure I mentioned him before. I've been mentioning Reed Shepard now for I think the last week or two. And this was the final breakout where I think most people know who Reed Shepard is. He's been what the heck? Okay, is that my screen? Okay, the lighting is weird. I don't know if that's on. Is that just my screen or that's like my camera? Anyways, yeah, Reed Shepard, 21 in this one. He's the most efficient 3-point shooter, or second most efficient 3-point shooter in the nation right now. 21 in this one, man. Like off the bench, 20. I mean, Rob Dillingham with 12 and 9 with no turnovers. DJ Reiner does get hurt, only plays 10 minutes in this one, and it could be sneaky good for Kentucky here. It just frees up more time for Reed. And Reed Shepard is just I think ESPN ranked 30 around 30. 24/7 didn't have him in the 70s there, so it's a tough look for 24/7 right now. Antonio Reeves, very efficient, good player. Trey Mitchell, I think, was the X factor, obviously, besides Reed Shepard. It was the question going into this game was how's Kentucky going to deal with Norchad Amir, the big, for Miami, and he played the 5 very well, 33 minutes there, led a second in the team in minutes there. Cal does rely on the experience playing Mitchell and Reeves over 30 minutes, and Theero. I can never pronounce that dude's name. He played 28 minutes in this one. They kind of played as a bigs. Justin Edwards kind of had a good game, which was big for Kentucky. And man, I moved him up to number 8 in my rankings. One loss to Kansas, and Kansas struggled last night. But I'm really loving what I'm seeing from Kentucky. I dropped Miami to 13. This is a tough place to go in and play. Winning in Rupp is very hard to do, and I do think Miami's is a lack of depth could be a concern. Watson does have a good one in this one, which was big from Miami, but Matthew Cleveland, 5 points, Nigel Pack 2. And when Nigel Pack scores 2 points, it's going to be almost impossible for you to win games. Poplar and Omier really carried the load there for Miami, but I think the bigger story is Kentucky's dominant performance. Yeah, I think it's Kentucky's dominant performance there. Antonio Reeves 18, but Reed Shepard, man, when he goes out there, I think he got off to that really hard start. And it was okay. Is this kid just going to be, maybe he was just underrated coming in the year? Was he just, he's worked really hard over the summer? I do think it was more of the underrated. Like he was Mr. Kentucky basketball. Dad played at Kentucky. And he's proven to be a legit star in college basketball. I think the 2 best freshmen for Kentucky this year has been Reed Shepard and Rob Dillingham. Both of them don't start. I'm impressed with Rob. I knew him coming out of high school more. Like he was a very popular guy, and I didn't know how well his game was going to translate to the upper level college level, and he's proven that pretty well it can translate. And I don't know if Reed Shepard's going to be a one and done guy. He's going to be that annoying guy who stays a while in college, but if not, he's proven right now that he can. As of now, it looks like an NBA type player. I mean, an amazing shooter. He's shooting over 60% from 3, which is crazy there. And they're supposed to be getting back, Aaron Bradshaw. They're supposed to be getting back Aaron Bradshaw in the next week. Another 5-star freshman who has been out with an injury. He's a big. So I think Kentucky's only going to get better. I think I said that after they lost to Kansas. I was very impressed with Kentucky. 8th in the nation right now for Kentucky. And now I have them as my best team in the SEC, just ahead of Tennessee. A&M is at 16. And then No, that's all. I only got 3 teams in the SEC. I mean, because Arkansas fell out, Alabama's fallen off. We talking about this Alabama game. Let's talk about the Alabama game. They played Clemson last night, and I was saying I really like Clemson this one, but going and play Alabama is not an easy place to play at all. Sorry, had to close my door. Yeah. So, but Clemson, PJ Hall, 21 in this one, man. I mean, I said this last episode. PJ Hall is the real deal, really good player. And Joe Girard, I mean, underrated transfer guys, veteran, won games in the tournament with Syracuse. Stays in the conference, stays with some orange, and goes down to Clemson, South Carolina, and he 16 this one in a big time. Chase Hunter, 15. This team shoots the ball well. Very efficient from 3. And Alabama's defense is going to be something that needs to be looked at. They're one of the best offenses in the country there, but man, giving up 85 in this one. Their losses have been because of they lost to Ohio State. They gave up a lot of points, and they lose to Clemson. They lose in the good football schools, and I just realized that they lost to Ohio State, great football school, and they lost to Clemson, great football school. 2 teams they've lost to in the national championship in football. They just lost to in basketball this year, so just don't play powerhouses. Don't go play Michigan. Don't play Notre Dame. I'm just thinking about other good football programs. Oregon, blah blah blah. Did they beat Oregon? Someone beat Oregon. Alabama actually might beat Oregon. Mark Sears, 23. He's a returning player. Aaron Estrada, I think he's making that jump. Not an efficient game for him, neither with Grant Nelson. So these are guys who took big jumps up in competition. Estrada coming from Hofstra, and Grant Nelson, I believe, coming from South Dakota. No, where did Grant Nelson come from? Was it North Dakota State? I think it was North Dakota State. Noah Pringle. These are guys that came back, but Rylan Griffin comes back 1 for 4 in this one. So they're going to take a lot of threes, and they didn't hit him in this one. And I remember watching the broadcast. Jay Williams said this didn't feel like a big home court advantage there, and he was disappointing in the Alabama fans. And if that was a factor, I mean, obviously I wasn't there, so I didn't know, but it did look like it wasn't, an absolute ruckus arena there in Coleman Coliseum. But Clemson, I think the takeaways again is Clemson is legit. First start 6-0 for Brad Brunell at his tenure in Clemson, which is crazy. He's been there for a while now. Yeah, I think Clemson right now is 3rd or 4th best team in the ACC. I still think Miami's a better team. I think Duke's a better team. They're right there with Carolina, and this team's going to be in the tournament. This is probably the best Clemson team I think they've had. I think he's had a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament. But this team is as good as those teams prior. And man, PJ Hall could really contend to win ACC Player of the Year. Man, great performance from them in that one. Georgia Tech beat Mississippi State. Mississippi State is a ranked team in the AP poll. Was not a ranked team in my opinion. Kind of confirmed my thoughts about it. They don't have Tolu Smith right now, so if they can get him back, that'll be good for them. And good one for Georgia Tech though. Don't expect them to be all that amazing. South Carolina is 6-0. I mean, they were projected to be terrible. Beat Notre Dame, but Notre Dame was also projected to be terrible. So I do not know what to take away from that. Missouri gets a nice road win against Pitt. This is SEC ACC challenge. I really like these games. We got Tiger versus Panther. Tiger prevails. Missouri's had some questionable losses this year, but a good win there. Try building that large resume. For Pitt, we saw him. We already talked about Kansas. Is barely surviving in this one. Ole Miss 6-0, and look, I looked at Ole Miss's non-con schedule this year, and they got one more tough game. It's Memphis, at home. If they beat Memphis, I believe that's Friday. They're probably going to go non-con undefeated, and then you're undefeated going SEC play. You're going to be ranked. Chris Beard's done an amazing job. Look, it was unfortunate what happened at Texas there, but he knows how to win games. He's one of the best coaches in the country. And we'll see if he can get Ole Miss in his first year into the NCAA tournament. It's not out of the conversation. 6-0 start. Big game against Memphis at home. They win that game, they'll probably be in my rankings. But besides that, that was really it from the last 2 days. But we got to talk about today and tomorrow. We got some really good games today that I'm looking forward to. My JMU Dukes play against Buffalo. Buffalo's ass, so should be a nice win for JMU if they lose that one. I'll go on here and apologize. I want to see Princeton get another road win. I would love to see Princeton get another road win against Bucknell. Love to see another road win for Princeton. They're trying to get in that top 25. I see Princeton. I got my eye on you. Don't worry. Of course, we got two great 7:15 tip-offs. I would say the worst one is Texas A&M traveling to Virginia. Virginia's -3 in this one. Home game for Virginia here at JPJ. Coming off not a loss, they beat West Virginia, but a loss against Wisconsin where they only scored 41 points. So I want to see. I do not know if if Henry Coleman's playing in this one. I don't know if so. If he is, I think A&M should win. I watched Virginia, man, and some people see a lot. Some people like this Virginia team, and for me, it's just like I just don't know if they have that spark. If they have that guy. I love Reese Beekman, one of the best players in the country, in my opinion, but he's not going to be a guy that's going to be scoring 20 points a night. And if he has to be your leading scorer, he's going to struggle. He of course shines on the defensive end, if not the best defensive player in the country, one of the best defensive players in the country. But this is a great test for them. We see they already beat Florida this year and then lost to a decent Wisconsin team. This is the best test of the year, but at home, a great chance to get back in the polls here with a win against Texas A&M. But the main event on 7:15 is Tennessee is traveling down to North Carolina, where I'm from, to play Tennessee. Oh, sorry, Tennessee's traveling down to North Carolina. I'm from to play UNC. God, well, I lost my words there. UNC coming off a nice win against Arkansas from Battle Fort Lance, but coming back to the States here. Tennessee was already in the States, but they're coming all the way from Maui a week ago. So I think that does play an advantage. We see the Maui hangover sometimes hit. We saw Kansas slow play yesterday. I like UNC in this one, but Tennessee's trying to avoid a third loss here. I think Tennessee's the better team. I really do, but UNC at home, I think this is UNC's. They've had some tests, right? Villanova, really good test there. Played good, didn't win that game. Beats a good Arkansas team, so they've had tests in this one. But this one's a home environment. This is the first great home game here in the Dean Dome. A place where I think is a little overrated. But can get ruckus, can get loud. Hurts a whiteout that game, so should be a good one there. RJ Davis, but a great Tennessee defensive team. Santiago Vespi, Zakai Ziegler, and then Dalton Knecht has been the star scorer for them. The transfer from was it Utah Valley? I think Utah Valley. And yeah, UNC with RJ Davis. Armando Bacot's got to be better. He's slow starts of the year. I'm not sure about Cormac Ryan. What's his availability going to be? He missed the Met last game. Harrison Ingram's been good. Give me UNC in a slight one there. 2-point spread. Literally can go either way. I'm gonna go UNC in that one. I'm gonna go A&M to beat my Virginia Cavaliers because what I've seen from Virginia is not greatness. Bellarmine's playing Louisville. See if 5-point favorites there at the Center. Louisville lost them last year. We'll see if they can beat them this year. My confidence is low, but Louisville's almost hit their win mark. They win this game, they hit their win mark from last year. So congrats to them if they win this one. 9 o'clock has two other really good games. One of them's kind of a hidden gem. Colorado going at Colorado State. Colorado State undefeated in my rankings in the AP poll rankings after whooping Creighton's ass last week. But they got the Colorado team I think he was a preseason ranked team. 5-star freshman Cody Williams. Tristan Da Silva is a great player over there. But Colorado State has one of the best point guards in the nation, Isaiah Stevens. I think he's going to have a go for a big one tonight. Winning this game, probably in my rankings, winning this game. But love to see Colorado State there. Could they be the favorite to win the Mountain West? I would still give that to San Diego State. But Colorado State would see 7-0 would be a really good start for the Rams there. Wasn't projected to be great this year, but after whooping Creighton, they got instant respect. And Colorado's a really good team. I think they're going to be a tournament team and be able to contend for the Pac-12 because USC's got off to a bad start. UCLA is not amazing so far. Arizona has obviously looked really, really good. But besides that, the Pac-12 is going to be a little iffy, and I think Colorado can contend for that top 3 spot in the Pac-12, and that's going to be a tournament bid. Duke is going to Arkansas. It was my last game. I wore a Duke shirt today to school, and there were some Duke fans. Obviously, since I live in North Carolina, I wore an Arkansas shirt. I don't know why. I was like, oh, I know Arkansas playing, and I'm wearing one. I would love to wear on the podcast because it's one of my favorite shirts, but I had to throw on long. It's cold as shit down here, dude. It's like it's been I would say when I got in my car this morning, it said it was 28 degrees. It's too cold. It's too cold. But yeah, I don't know why I just started talking about the weather, but Duke, Arkansas. This one's in Bell 1. Arkansas is trying to if they would lose the game, they're 500 team. I had 10th in the nation there. So this is a team I had number 1 in the nation, 10th in the nation. They both have not lived up to that expectation so far. This is a tough game for Duke. I think just going on the road in one of the toughest environments to play in, Bell Walton. I heard Nolan Richardson's going to be in the crowd, which is just big for Arkansas. These teams always deliver great matchups. This was Coach K's last ever win was against Arkansas. They've played in the national championship against each other before. I think Arkansas needs to win a bit more, obviously. Don't want to fall 4-4. That just puts yourself behind the 8 ball there. Duke, I mean, I think obviously Kyle Flipkowski is going to be the X factor there. I mean, he's their best player. Tyrese Proctor hasn't been as amazing as I hoped he would be, but I still think he can get there. I really liked what I've liked. Caleb Foster's had big moments. Of course, Jeremy McCain, Jeremy Roach. These are all guys been good. Mark Mitchell. Duke's a deep, more talented team there, and there's a reason they're 4.5-point favorites in one of the hardest arenas in the country. Duke should win this game. I'm fairly confident that I haven't loved what I saw from Arkansas. Debo Davis inconsistent. Trayvon Bazile still coming back from injury. It looks like not as consistent as I would have wanted. Yeah, Duke should win this one, but Arkansas needs it. And if Arkansas wins, it would speak a lot to Arkansas. Still want to. I couldn't put them in my rankings if they win this game with 3 losses, but it would get back some respect for Arkansas and I'm gonna still keep my eye on Arkansas if they lose this game, but it would definitely make me focus more on the Razorbacks going to the SEC play. And Duke trying to avoid a second loss here. We're my preseason number 1 team there, so it would be I would appreciate a win to make me look at least a little smart. I mean, I'm never claiming to be the smartest dude or whatever, but I would like Duke to win. Thursday, I don't think there's much. Texas Tech, Butler. I mean, let's see. Yeah, that's really about it. Oh, I guess Creighton goes on the road. Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's not good this year. They've had some weird losses, and Creighton's trying to bounce back after getting smacked. But in a road game against Big 12 opponent, that's not easy. It's not. But yeah, that's the episode. Kentucky statement win is the main thing, and let's get ready for tonight. Let's go watch some ball. Strap in, lock in, get your popcorn ready. College basketball is here, and it's been here. So, peace out.